Hi, and Happy New Year, everyone. We're in the middle of January 2026, encountering a very serious flu season. Wanted to bring a word tonight about the importance of using electrolytes to supplement your water intake at this time of year, especially if you have the flu or if you're just recovering from the flu or any type of illness where you're losing a lot of body fluids. Electrolytes is the subject. And electrolytes are, as you probably already know, they are naturally occurring chemicals in the body that carry an electrical charge. And they regulate many body functions. Now, you've probably heard of all of these. Examples would be sodium, which helps to stabilize your blood pressure and fluid balance in the body. Potassium. Potassium is very important for cardiac muscle, which is a skeletal type of striated muscle. It helps not only the contractility of the skeletal cardiac muscle, but it also helps control the rhythm, cardiac rhythm. Magnesium is another electrolyte, very important for muscle and nerve function. Can be helpful in reducing muscle pains and sometimes cramps. You also have chloride, which it balances your pH. Calcium, which is important not only just for bones, but nerves and muscles. Phosphate, which helps strengthen bones and teeth. And bicarbonate, which reduces acidosis and helps balance your pH. So when you have something like the flu and you've lost a lot of body fluids, you'll tend to go into acidosis, which is a pH of like less than 7.35. And you need to have more alkaline, more base added. So electrolytes are very important in this situation. They're going to help stabilize your heart rhythm, reduce any palpitations, slow the heart down, regulate it. They're going to increase your muscle function. They're going to help with your fatigue and weakness if you're sick. You could also have drops in blood pressure, get very lightheaded and dizzy, and the electrolytes will help with that as well. So anytime you've lost body fluids due to like vomiting, diarrhea, even blood loss, or let's say you're not sick, but you've been very, very active in sports and you've had a lot of sweating and you've lost fluid that way. It's also good if you're just not taking in enough hydration. But these electrolytes are mostly important for when you've lost body fluids because of illness. So what you can do is you can buy electrolyte infused water. I used my last bottle this morning, but I have a little picture of a product that Whole Foods sells. They sell this bottles of, I think, 24 ounces. I see that that's backwards, but it says alkaline and electrolyte water. You can also use Gatorade or sports drinks. And then various companies will sell packets of electrolyte powders that you can add to the water. And what I recommend you do is you drink at least 16 ounces, more like 24 ounces a day, sipping in small amounts of electrolytes in the water. Now, certainly you want to have more than 24 ounces of liquid in water during the day. But in terms of the electrolytes, you don't want to get too much. So if you put your electrolyte powder or use your electrolyte water, try to do 24 ounces in a day, small sips throughout the day. And that should help, especially if you're elderly, if you have a cardiac problem, if you already have some frailty or weakness and you have the flu, you're really going to need these electrolytes to help give you a boost. It might even keep you out of the emergency room. I have a good friend who had the flu recently, and what really got her to the emergency room was her cardiac arrhythmia. And the first thing they did was start to give her potassium and electrolytes. So very important. Anyway, good luck with the flu season. I hope this information helps. Of course, always check with your primary care doctor if you're not sure about how much electrolyte usage is good, but this should be a good general rule. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.